What is up, guys? I am John Paul, and today we're going to talk about the socio-economic, political, and cultural issues here in the Philippines. So if I were you, stay tuned and enjoy my video. The concept of taxation started when we were colonized by the Spaniards, but we already have started the taxation in order for the government to give us protection. Everyone should pay their taxes except for the leader, or what they call datu. Filipinos already have punished because they can't pay their taxes, but the Spaniards gave us the modern concept of taxation. Let's start with the first form of taxation. 18 to 50 years old are required to pay their taxes as a sign of their tribute to the King of Spain, with a cost of 8 reales or 1 peso. Tribute is needed in order for the Spaniards to raise funds to maintain their governance. This is what we call tributo or tribute. Next is sanctorum. These tax payments were required in order to build churches and buy materials for religious celebrations. This is what we call sanctorum. We go to donativo. Merely focused on the artillery and military campaign against Muslims, but years after, the amount of collected taxes were used for the Spanish fort in Zamboanga. This is what we call donativo. Next in line is caja de comunidad. Collects taxes for road constructions, repair of bridges, and improvement of public buildings. The last but not the least is the polo y servicio, or the forced labor. As a sign of their tax payment, many Filipinos suffered in this form of taxation, and death rate was increased. Taxation in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period was considered as heavy burden to the Filipinos because of the corruption. Let's proceed to the revolts against the tribute. The revolt against the tribute occurred in the present-day provinces of Cagayan, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur in 1589. The revolts of the Ilocanos, Ibanags, and other Filipinos were triggered because of the abuses of tax collectors. 6 tax collectors in Vigan were killed by the natives. Then Governor General Santiago de Vera sent Spanish and Filipino colonial troops to pacify the rebels. The rebels were pardoned in the end, and through these revolts, the Philippine tax system was reformed. Agustin Somoroy's revolt started on June 1, 1649 in Palapag in today's northern Samar. He led his fellow workers who under forced labor to revolt against the Spaniards. The revolt spread throughout Cebu, Masbate, Camigan, Bohol, Camarines Albay, Zamboanga, and Surigao. Agustin Somoroy was later captured and executed in June 1650, and the revolt has defeated. During 1660, Don Francisco Maniago of Pampanga led the revolt caused by Kapampangan's protest against the tribute, forced labor, and rice exploitation. They were made to work for 8 months under unfair conditions and were not paid for their labor. The revolt was weakened by Governor de Lara's cooperation of Araya Chief Macapagal. Maniago's revolt inspired the natives of Pangasinan to revolt. Andres Malong and his co-workers also revolted because they have experienced the same abuses by the Spaniards. Malong hoped to be the king of Pangasinan as he led the towns to take arms and go against the government that has led to the abandonment of Spanish stronghold in Pangasinan. Finally, Spaniards introduced tax reform of 1884. They have given 2 important benefits, the abolition of tributes and replacement of cedulous tax, and the other one is the reduction of forced labor. I learned that taxation here in the Philippines is an important factor in all aspects as it provides funds to run the government to do their duties to protect and improve our way of living. It also provided economic growth as we continually build infrastructures from our funds. And that's all. So that's it, guys. I hope you learned something new today regarding on my video. I hope you have a wonderful day today.
and stay safe always, and God bless us all.